Welcome, everybody, to episode 15 of Season 2, Pixels Politics. Tonight's episode will be on the nice chaotic events going on right now because of the tariffs. And we've got some very interesting developments with AI and what is now known as synthetic biology. And we'll see if Braden will let us talk about the Minecraft movie. We know how much he hates pop culture.
I actually love the Minecraft movie. I think it's actually my favorite movie now.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll immediately jump right in because I've had mixed feelings on the chaos, but I've kind of been enjoying the tariff stuff going on. Uh, for those who are unaware, on the 5th, I believe it was the 5th, we covered
Yeah.
the tariffs, right? In an episode? Yeah, we covered
Yeah,
all
we
the
did.
tariffs. Right. So the tariffs have now been in place for, what is it, just 3 days? It hasn't even been that long.
Yeah, no, it really hasn't.
It really hasn't been that long. And we have a lot of announcements just from across the board.
Yep.
Lots of countries kind of caving and coming in to make a deal. The art of the deal, of course. The art of the deal.
Yep. Art of the deal.
And we have some kind of interesting events coming from China who are very much against what's happening to them. And currently, as we're speaking, that is escalating at a very interesting rate. So,
Mm,
can you pull up the chart I gave you last week or last episode of the tariffs?
yeah.
And we'll go through kind of quickly, one by one. But yeah, been an interesting week. Just nonstop tariff news. Stocks wise, it's been fun. So those first 2 days, the stocks, American stocks, took a huge dive, and then just this Monday, the U.S. stocks actually recovered, and in a surprisingly turn of events, pretty much everyone else's stocks tanked. Chinese stocks, I sent it to you in Discord. Chinese stocks are fucking
Uh,
flying down to the bottom. Taiwan stocks flying down to the bottom. Japan stocks were flying so fast before they even opened, they actually had to stop them from selling. Oh yeah, here's the chart here. So the Hong Kong down here at 13%, and this is actually slightly old,
yeah.
just by a day. Yeah, we've got Taiwan down another 10%, Japan 10, Italy 8.4, Singapore 8, Sweden 7. China's is now at, I believe it's nearly 15 and climbing or decreasing.
Mm,
Switzerland 7, Germany 7, Spain 6.4, Netherlands 6.2, Australia 6.2, France 6.1, UK 5.2. Yeah, Japan's stocks were getting sold off so quickly they had to stop them from being sold.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah, it's interesting shit. So the U.S. I think it's down 13%. So you add up all those numbers and put it against our 13%. And to be honest, guys, 13%, that's a lot. Like, you should still be kind of worried, but it's not really considered extremely worrisome until it hits like 15 to the 30 mark. The 30 is like really bad. So definitely a lot of economic chaos going on.
I think something we're forgetting here. Stocks doesn't affect normal people.
No, yeah, sure, go ahead. I mean, I wasn't thinking about talking about all
Most
this
people
part
don't
too.
have most people don't even own stocks. Most people just live paycheck to paycheck. They don't give a shit about any of this. This doesn't affect them at all.
Yep.
So, but you'll have people on the news talking about how the economy's in a free fall. Prices, none of the prices have changed for anything. Those are just stocks, dude. This is like losing money at the casino and then being like, "Oh my god, everyone's losing money." No, you lost money because you fucking gambled it. You fucking blackjack piece of shit.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I believe the number is like the 80%. What is it? I don't want to get the numbers wrong, but it's something like 80 to 90% of all the stocks are owned by the top 49%. in America or
Yeah.
something. Like the number, and then it's like the top whatever. The point is,
Yeah.
most of the people who own stocks, it's not that many people, and it's usually
Yeah.
the richest people.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty funny. I
Yeah.
kind
Stock
of
market collapsing is good. This is a good
yes.
thing.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I obviously we pay a lot of attention to the news, and I knew Trump was gonna do the tariffs, and I knew that the prices were gonna go fucking sicko mode. So I had pulled out a
Yeah.
little bit in time, and then waited for them to drop. I bought back
Yeah.
in. So I'm just like, this is great. This is fantastic.
Oh yeah. Could have just put shorts too. Put out shorts.
Yeah, I'm not really familiar with how that works, so I kind of avoid it. I'm not
Just
really.
you just
Yeah, go ahead.
you just say it's gonna go under this point by this time period, essentially.
That sounds harder to me than just being like, this company is good. I'll just invest in it.
I mean, if for example, if like the CEO came out and like shot himself on live TV, you could pretty much put a short out on that company for a good 10% over the next week, right?
Fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough. It just sounds a little. I know that seems that's a big business. I know that's a big
Yeah.
business that I've just never really paid
That was
attention
what
to.
that was what happened to GameStop, right? You know, there was a bunch of like essentially like fake stocks or whatever, or like micro stocks. I forget exactly how it went down, but something along the lines of we put out too many shorts on it and we didn't have enough stocks to pay out the people. And so it just inflated the value of the company or something along those lines. I forget
Wow.
exactly what the thing was, but it was pretty crazy, like a once in a lifetime thing.
Wow. The CEO of GameStop is going, or he went viral for saying that he was going to spend all their money on Bitcoin. Did you hear that?
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, he'd been saving up like billions of dollars, and he was just all in on Bitcoin. I don't know if he's actually purchased it yet, but
Yeah.
I don't know. This interesting company. All right, can we get
Yeah.
to the list? Pull up the list. We'll talk about each of the countries that have kind of come in. So China is the headliner here, in which they're the only ones who are very much all against our tariffs. They actually countered by increasing tariffs on us, and they are putting export controls on rare earth minerals. And today they announced that they were going to stop Hollywood films from being shown in China.
Oh no, not my Goislav. They're not gonna watch my Goislav films.
They're gonna miss
No.
out on the
It's over.
Minecraft movie.
They're gonna
Colin
miss out on the
liking.
Minecraft movie. It's over. No, China. How could you do this to yourselves?
Yeah, they. I mean, it's kind of funny because like it's a joke, right? Like, oh no, they're not gonna watch
Yeah.
our movies, but it should show two things. One, they're like desperate for punishing us, and they don't
Yeah.
really. And two, they don't have that many options. Like that should be very clear, right? Because like
Yeah.
let's say the U.S. is really pissed off at a country, we could simply be like, okay, Apple, no more business in that country, right? No tech companies, Microsoft, no more business in that country. Boom! Like imagine that, it'd be
Yeah.
fucking insane, right? China,
Yeah.
China's like, okay, no more Hollywood movies here.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's like the drug dealer telling the guy who buys your drugs that you're not gonna listen to his CD albums anymore. It's not. It doesn't like. I don't. I don't get it. It
Yeah,
doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
I don't know, but they're the only ones who are refusing to back down. There's been, words exchanged. China's like, we're gonna fight the tariffs to the end. They were kind of trying to include the entire world, but nobody else is really standing with them on this. So I thought that was interesting.
Well, no,
Uh,
they've isolated themselves. They're an
did,
independent nation type of deal.
did they isolate themselves, or did the U.S. kind of fucking flip the switch on their asses?
No, they isolated themselves for sure.
Hmm. I think the U.S. kind of cleverly pointed out, in some strategic maneuvers, their.
Listen, I think what's been happening, like, they could have enslaved the Muslims that were living in China still.
They
I
did
forget what they call them.
the Uyghurs.
Yeah, good. Okay, so they're smart. They're smart. Okay, cool,
They
cool. I
harvested
was worried they were.
organs and enslaved them.
Oh, oh, China, God, they're just so intelligent, Doug. I don't know how Israel's gonna beat China. I don't know how they're gonna do it.
I
It's
don't
gonna
know.
be a rough
I
one.
have no idea. Uh, EU has come to the table to drop industrial tariffs 1 for 1, so 0 to 0. However,
Yeah.
Trump is like pushing them aside at the moment and is like, "Man, I'll
Yeah.
get to you later." So
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll talk to you later. Vietnam has announced a removal of all tariffs.
Yeah.
They want complete free
They're
trade.
they're too poor not to not sell to America.
Yeah,
They're too poor. They can't afford that kind of negotiation
I
that
mean,
they're
look
just
at
gonna
that.
take.
That 90% is crazy. They're basically doubling all of prices coming out.
Yeah, I mean 90% is as literally like just like a small like bumfuck country in the backwoods of China, like Asia. It's like yeah, 90% is way too high, buddy. Sorry.
But pretty cool. They went 0 for 0, 1 0 for 0. I think that's intelligent. They're
You
one
know
of the
you,
first ones too.
you know what hoflation is, Doug?
Yeah.
Yeah, hoflation like all these like women overvaluing themselves when in reality they think they're like a 9 when in reality they're like a 4 on a good day, right? I feel like that's we're noticing ho deflation because now all the girls that were 4s that thought they were 9s have now realized that they're actually just 4s. And so now they're just removing the tariffs, and that's kind of what's happening.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's a terrible analogy, but I yes, yes. Well, some of them are, some of them aren't. Like I think China's a little confused here about who's really in power, and that's pretty funny because we
Yeah.
literally raised them up from the ashes. I mean, I don't want. Let me rephrase. I have a lot of respect for that country because they've literally been nonstop working for a really long time, and it's only within the past 40 to 50 years they've really hit the world stage and made a name for themselves. However,
Yeah.
a large part of that is it's come from the U.S. dollar going into their country. They've done a lot of work in order to industrialize and capitalize on U.S. dollar, but
Yeah.
it's still the U.S. dollar that funds them. So if we're no longer funding them, they need to figure out how to stand on their own 2 feet here, and it's going to be really tough for them. They're apparently also suffering from de-inflation and
Oh,
their
deflation.
deflation. Sorry, is it
Yeah.
just deflation? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's just deflation, and their economy is apparently in the shitter. But we'll see. Again, China. It's always hard to know because they just lie about everything. Uh, it's kind of been really bad for them for the past like 5 years or so.
Yeah.
And so stimulus.
Stimulus
Like
checks.
the stimulus checks we did. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
China is still pretty much doing that in order to get their economy going because their people refuse to spend money on materials. They save it for uh housing.
Kinda so based. Kinda so based. I'm
well,
sorry, they are.
well, the problem here is that now no one is buying their products, and so they have all these products that is super cheap because right, supply and demand, right? There's a high
Yeah.
supply, no demand, prices are dog shit cheap, but their people aren't buying it. So these companies are just sitting there on all this product, nobody's buying it, and China's trying really hard to get their people to get in a materialistic mindset, but the Chinese people are too smart. They're like, we just want to
Yeah.
buy real estate because we know real estate's where it's at,
Yeah.
and they'll literally wait like 50 years to put a contract out for like 50 years of holding on a piece of real estate while it
Yeah.
gets built. I mean, it's absolutely insane. The real estate situation in China is fucking psychotic. There's a ton of videos and information out there on it. Um, a lot of real estate companies were scamming the shit out of them, so they would take the money, promise to build the buildings, and then eventually sell and rent out the apartments and stuff. But instead, they would just spend the money on more land, and then
Mm.
again sell the space before anyways, China's in a tough situation here. I'm actually amazed they're doubling down on the tariff thing. I thought they were gonna, fold. They haven't folded yet, and Trump and I'll just say this: the administration right now against China is kind of crazy. They're all getting kind of hardline focused on fighting China in some way, shape, or form right now economically. Again, European Union, we just kind of push them aside. Um, Trump is trying to force them into a energy deal, like literally force them into an energy deal and make them pay for the Ukraine loans. It's not said out loud. He hasn't said that, but he wants them to pay us $350 billion. Guess how much he says we sent to Ukraine?
$350 billion.
$350 million. So he's trying to blackmail them into giving or extort them into giving us the money back. Which I don't know. I don't know. That shit's crazy. What a beast. Vietnam, like we said, they need the money. They're dropping their tariffs. Taiwan also dropping their tariffs to 0, by the way, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Because I mean they're kind of a core to our own, pretty much all of our machines and electronics. They're a core part of it. So there's a good chance that all of those products not only keep coming to us, but they end up cheaper until the factories are built here in the U.S. Kind of 200 IQ. Yeah.
200 IQ.
Yeah. Japan recently is on its way here now to come talk to us. Same with South Korea. I'm really hoping they can get the car situation settled. I would love to see American cars at least attempting to get sold in Japan and South Korea. Because I'm really curious, competitive-wise, if that would work, you know?
It wouldn't.
I don't think it would either, just because the Japanese are already known for only buying Japanese products. But I'm still kind of curious as to what would happen. I mean, again, if there is a 0% chance that our cars get sold there anyway, then there's no reason for there to be a ban or tariffs on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's also the TV situation, and some other electronics are banned in Japan from the U.S. Or I don't know about banned, but they're so hard to sell there, it won't happen. India's negotiating. South Korea is on its way. I don't think there's word on any of these other countries. Trump's been vocal about all of them. Israel, we talked live. I think they also announced. There's a recent conference with Benjamin Netanyahu and Trump and Israel. Yeah. He announced 0 tariffs. So, Argentina was the first one. We love Malay. He's the first one here that announced 0 tariffs, 0 for 0. So the negotiations are coming in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just really curious about what's going to happen with St. Michaelos, that tiny island off the coast.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Are they holding strong?
Wait, sorry. Thank you for reminding me, dude. I have a friend who's Canadian. She spends pretty much 50% of her time in Canada, 50% here in the U.S. And she visited recently. We were talking. Dude, she was saying Canada is getting fucking decimated by the tariffs. Decimated.
Yeah.
She said they're getting fucked, dude. They said the value of the currency there has dropped so much that it's become so hard for them to purchase anything outside their own country. Like, it's insane. Yeah, she said, like, all the Canadians there who had real estate here can't afford it anymore. They're selling it off. She said they're absolutely getting fucked, man. And I mean, like, I feel bad. She's my friend, right? And I feel bad probably for the Canadians there who, are also they don't have any involvement, right? They're just there.
Honestly, if you're a Canadian and you had a second home in the United States and you're not able to keep it anymore because of the tariffs, good. Fuck you.
I mean,
how many Americans do you think own a home in Canada? Yeah, go fuck yourselves, Canadians.
I didn't say that, but I was like, hey, God bless, housing prices are going to go down.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to show sympathy again because it shouldn't be like that. However,
no, our second home is gone. What are we gonna do? We're gonna have to sell our third home too, and maybe even the fourth one. No, what are we gonna do with all the money?
It's not even just that. The nationalism in me is like, you guys have been talking shit about our country for how long? All of you, Europe, China, fucking Canada. How many of you have been talking shit about our country for so long? And yet the second we slap some tariffs on you, all of a sudden you're fucking begging and you're depressed and you have to sell everything. I mean, it's bad, dude. It is so bad.
It's like having a teenage child.
Yeah, you're right. It is like having a teenage child. No, I think it's worse than that. I think it's like having the fucking 30-year-old basement dwelling child who has never like had a real job and still lives with you type shit. At least some of these countries.
What do you mean I'm going to have to move out? I have to get a job?
I have to pay you? What?
I have to pay you to live here? I have to get a job?
You're cutting off my allowance? Like,
what do you mean you want grandkids?
yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's crazy. Again, it was an interesting tone. I love this
Yeah,
person. They're a really good friend. I've known them for almost 10 years now, and this is nothing on them. I'm just taking what I heard and deriving
yeah,
meaning from it. Um, but I will say emotionally, it sounded quite rough. Actually,
yeah.
sounded very rough. So,
Oh no, our second home, we have to sell it because we can't afford it in the United States. Where are we gonna go for vacation? We're gonna have to get an Airbnb. An Airbnb, Doug, can you believe it? Can you believe it? We have to get an Airbnb. We're like poor people now.
well, I imagine it's equally hard on the much poorer people there who don't have second homes. But
Much poor people are probably dead by now. They're probably starved to death.
true,
They're-
true.
yeah.
I all I know is it sounded rough, and the only reason I have special empathy right now towards them because it literally doesn't matter what they say to Trump. He's not going to turn the heat down. He'll probably turn it up because he wants them to be a state. But he's so dead set on them becoming a state. He doesn't care if they come begging and pleading, offering whatever. You want zero tariff on oil and gas? Fine. I don't think it matters what they say to him. I think he's going to keep the heat on the whole time.
I think we should actually not make Canada the 51st state. We should break it up into
Oh, yeah.
40,
40?
49 sections.
Whoa. Dude, what? It's crazy.
Yeah, we should break, and then turn it into like the Hunger Games country.
Oh, I see. There were only 13 sections in the Hunger Games.
Well, we need some more people. We need more entertainment.
Yeah, but most of Canada is just ice. Like you'd essentially be taking like these tiny little squares of parts of cities if you break it up that small.
Okay. All right. Well, listen. Fine. We'll make it 100 states of America. We'll split it up into 50 different states.
Wait, that makes it worse.
That makes it great. Then you have 50 states. We'll have New Florida, New Mexico, New California, New York,
New York.
North Dakota, North South Dakota. It'll be pretty solid.
All I know is they're getting railed, man. They are getting so railed. I feel so bad for them, but dude, any country, I'm sorry, if you were a person and you talk shit about America and Trump and all of a sudden you're crying because of what he's done, eat shit and die. Oh my lord. As far as I know, Mexico caved a while ago. Mexico kind of baited Canada. Mexico kept being like, "Yeah, Canada, we're with you. We'll fight with you." And then Mexico would like secretly call up
Canada
Trump.
got shot in the fucking leg.
Yeah,
so Mexico
exactly.
like put their hands up immediately, like, whoa,
We surrendered.
I didn't know
it was all his idea.
it was all his idea. Canada's bleeding out on the carpet. Help me!
China
you're on your own.
China comes in, starts fucking stomping on them for no reason.
Yeah. America just takes its dick out, starts taking it. Mexico just walks out the room like, okay, I'll see you guys later.
That was fun. I mean, they're so fucked. They announced today like an increase in 10% more tariffs on like specific cars. They're just trying every little thing they can do to like put some hurt on the Americans without too much on themselves. But literally, Carney and Poilievre and pretty much every Canadian politician has come out and has been like, "Look, Canadians, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, this is gonna suck." That's what they said.
Yeah.
They come out and they're like, "I'm not gonna lie, dude. This is gonna suck. This isn't gonna be fun." He's like, "We're gonna try our best to ride him out, but man, are we fucked?" Like they've literally all come out, and just Canadians in general, they just have this really depressed tone about them. They're just fucking depressed, dude. They're like, "Fuck."
Listen,
I mean, look,
the Prime Minister.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can only imagine what happens if the Prime Minister of Canada tries to set up a meeting with Trump. He shows up to the White House. He immediately trips and farts on himself. And then Trump's just immediately like 200% more tariffs. That's it. Get out of my office.
Dude.
No, please, sir, please. No, I didn't mean to fart. You farted in the Oval Office. It's too late. You farted. The smell has already invaded my nose. Please leave the office. 200% more tariffs. If you don't leave immediately, it's going to be 300%.
Dude, the thing is, it's so weird because again, I feel bad. I know so many Canadians. At the same
Yeah.
time, all of my Canadian friends that I know over the past 4 years before Trump's been in office just talk so much shit about America and Trump. So much shit about America and Trump, dude. Every single one of them would shit on Trump and America, and now they're crying. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel bad, but like, bruh, come on, man. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I
So,
mean, they had it
true.
coming. Canadians had it coming for the longest time. Longest time.
The thing is like I feel like if a lot of these places were just more respectful, Americans probably wouldn't they would care more about it, right? But like in reality, how often were Europeans shitting on Americans? All the time. How often were
Yeah.
Canadians shitting on Americans? All the time. And now like the heat is on and they're fucking sweating balls and they can't afford AC, you know? Like they're just not having fun, man. And I don't
I
know,
mean,
part of it's just like
Europe's gonna become a Muslim continent at some point.
the
So,
UK
I mean,
is
we're gonna
the
have the
UK
last
is a Muslim country already.
can Canada's gonna become our property. Mexico's probably gonna kill its president at some point once they realize what's happening to their country. And then you're gonna have Europe, which is gonna be like a Muslim continent. So ultimately, like we're gonna have the last laugh here. We're gonna have a double America, 2 times America, and then minus 1 Europe, and then probably divided by half Mexico, something like that.
I don't know. Some interesting things going on in Mexico. I think we're about to start bombing them, the cartels, against
Cool.
against the permission of the Mexican government. Trump is like, dude, we're just gonna start drone
The
striking.
permission? What do you think this is, buddy? The permission?
Yeah, he said he was gonna start
What
drones.
world do you live in?
I don't know. I'm not sorry. One of where I thought international order
The
was an actual
permission.
thing. My mistake.
You can't do that. Guy
Hmm.
with who's insanely huge and could easily crush my skull into a grape.
Yeah. But it looks like we're about to announce drone strikes against the cartels. Scheinbaum,
Okay,
who
cool.
is the Mexican president, came out and was like, "We don't support this. I don't think Trump's gonna give a fuck, and I think they're gonna happen anyway." So,
Listen, we don't like that this is happening. We can't do anything to stop it, God forbid, but
yeah,
we don't
yeah,
like it.
that was the sentiment I got from her talking. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
It was more like a
I
it was like a statement to the international community, like we don't really like this, but what?
I
Who's gonna stop them?
I can imagine what her morning is gonna be like. She's in her nightgown. She wakes up. She goes outside. It's like the crack of dawn, like 7:30 in the morning. Drinking her cup of coffee. All of a sudden, a fucking drone, fucking carpet bombs the fucking building that was a cartel building that's like a few like 10 miles away from her house, and she's just still sipping her coffee. She's like, I hate this fucking country.
Probably,
Goes
probably.
back inside. Angelo, bring me the dessert. We're eating it early.
The Americans are doing all the work for us, so I'm getting reelected
Yeah.
next year, baby.
Yeah. Well, it's not gonna be anyone left to reelect her. She can just reelect herself.
True. There were some very interesting things that took place during her election run. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, again, I want to. We have a lot of our viewers are international, and they're probably listening. And hey, I have some sympathy for you, for those who listen and just are normal people. You're doing your thing, but dude, the nationalism in me is like, God bless America. We are fucking going Super Saiyan once again, like just bombing the cartels. Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, he was in Panama
Yeah.
today.
I saw that.
You saw that? He was there and he's like, yeah, fuck you, China. Fuck you.
Yeah.
We're taking the canal back. This is our
I
canal.
was kind of concerned when I saw him in Panama. I'm like,
Saw that shit, right? Yeah.
are we about to start something right now in the Panama
That's
Canal
what,
of all places?
dude. So here's the thing. I'll give a short little history on the Panama Canal for those who don't know. A long time ago, through colonialism, I'm not gonna like sugarcoat it. We made the Panama Canal, and it's a canal that runs across, was it Latin America?
Panama.
Yes, Panama. Thank you. But
It's a canal that runs across Panama. It's the Panama
right,
Canal.
yes, very very nice. It goes through the little landmass connecting South and North America, and it
Called
helps
Panama.
cut down exactly. It helps cut down the shipping trade prices. There was
Yeah.
a deal eventually made, I believe it was under Carter, where we turned over the control of the canal to the Panamanians. And
Mm.
there were some very strict details in it, like, okay, you can't. First of all, you have to give us kind of special treatment, let our Navy pass through for cheaper prices, or at least fair prices, and no one else can own it except you, Panamanians. Well, true story, the Chinese have bought it. They've basically bought the Panama Canal. The U.S.
Yeah.
visited already and said, hey, this isn't happening. You need to buy it back, gain control back. Well,
Yeah.
China recently has said, yeah, we're not going to sell it back.
Yeah.
So,
Which is smart.
yeah, for sure. Uh, Here's the thing. This is going to be a complete little, like, over the top kind of point of view, big picture type shit. Every single
Yeah.
person in Trump's cabinet, by the way, from top down, is anti-China. Every single one of
Yeah.
them. I'm talking about from Tulsi Gabbard all the way to Pete Hegseth. I mean, at Marco Rubio. They all are anti-China. All of
Well, yeah, they work for Israel.
them. Why would Israel hate China? Please clarify that.
I wonder why Israel would hate China. Maybe it's because China just told them to get the fuck out of Lebanon and Syria.
Oh yeah, but this was before. That was before all that.
Gee, I wonder who else is competing with us on the global GDP scale going on here. Wonder
Us.
who.
Okay, calm down.
The United States of Israel.
Oh my god. But yeah, I wouldn't. Things are kind of escalating very quickly, particularly against China, and
Listen,
the main areas will be
here's what
Panama.
here's what Trump needs to do. The guy that owns the CEO of the company that owns the Panama Canal, kill his family in front of him, and then threaten him. I'm sorry. You don't have to kill them. You don't kill them unless he doesn't comply. Then you kill them, and one by
Wait,
one.
are you talking about the Chinese company?
Yeah, there's listen, behind every company there is a man that owns it, and he is just one person
Hmm.
with a bunch of pain receptors at his body.
Yeah, except behind every Chinese CEO is the CCP.
Yeah, I'm just saying, he's one man. It doesn't confirm that it was the United States that did it. Could have just been a random operative. Cough, cough, CIA.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. Things are heating up there. I don't really
That's the
know,
only.
but
Either that or they just bombed the Panama Canal. Those are the only two ways they get access
I
to
don't.
the Panama Canal.
I don't think we have to bomb it. But okay, if I'm being entirely honest, and I don't want to
Yeah.
get like crazy, I really wouldn't be surprised if we gained operational control over the Panama Canal by the end of the year. And to be honest with you, within 3 to 5 months, using
Mm,
military means. I'll
mm,
just say that. I wouldn't be surprised if we started airdropping troops around the Panama Canal within 6 months.
mm.
I,
Maybe.
I,
I
go ahead.
honestly, I hope China wins, Doug.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm for China. I'm a China enjoyer.
Yeah, that's fine. They'll skin you alive, but it's okay.
Who would skin me alive? What are you talking about?
The Chinese
For what? What reason would they skin me alive for?
for not being Chinese.
Have you not seen IShowSpeed stream in China? He's a black man, and they're super chill with him,
Half the stream is him being called the N word and
which
getting
is
gifted
funny.
cotton and chicken. Like,
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's awesome.
yeah, I mean, I'm
They're
not
super
saying
friendly.
it's not funny. I'm just saying I
Just-
wouldn't really use that as a good example. Oh, let's do our favorite. This is my new favorite segment that we're going to do. Ready? Pull up, go to X, and look up Pokimane. Come on, this is so fun. Let's see what Pokimane is doing today to try and get to the top of the list and replace
oh my
iShowSpeed
god.
and Guy Sinat.
I'm so confused.
Uh,
Is this it? I'm guessing. Adam Ross asked Nico, "Why do black
no,
people
that's
have a
not it.
day
I don't
today?"
know what that is. That's not what I was looking for.
Okay.
All right. Uh,
Why is Pokemon on Depop?
oh, okay. We got oh, yes, a food stream where they sit around and eat food. Wow. That's entertaining,
Where's
right? That,
what?
that'll get her to the top of the list, right? Should be fine.
She ain't, look at her figure, Doug. She ain't gonna eat like even a fraction of that shit.
You're right. Actually, I watched part of the stream. I don't think they ever ate anything.
No, you don't have this kind of figure, Doug, by doing mukbang streams. You just don't.
All right, now let's look up Senna, who also said that she thinks that the manosphere is stopping her from getting to the top of the
Oh,
leaderboards. And She visited FaZe Clan, and they called her fat and flirted with her on stream. Huh.
Click on the optic.
Interesting. Wow, look at her. There she is.
WNBA star Cameron Brink? Is that a
Yeah,
trans athlete?
everybody knows who Cameron Brink is of the WNBA.
She looks like a trans athlete.
I mean, maybe she is. I don't know. All right,
Hmm.
now let's look up ISO speed. ISO speed being at the top of the list. What's he doing? Oh, he's visiting
He's,
China. He's visiting every province in China.
he's mingling with the Gaijins. Whatever the hell they call them over
Wow.
there. Look how much nicer China looks.
You're doing this again. You're gonna give me a headache.
This is honestly pretty awesome, though. This is pretty cool electric car. Look at this thing. It's going through the fucking water like it's nothing.
Yeah. There's videos of the Cybertruck doing it too.
ISO Speed is very impressed by BYD's amphibious electric car in China. Unfortunately, he cannot buy this car in his homeland because the American government has banned BYD.
I mean, good.
No, I would love to own a Chinese car, Doug.
I wouldn't. I don't fucking. I don't want anything to do with China and their weapons. I don't even play Marvel Rivals anymore because of China. Why are you
So
looking?
I want to hear her talking about this.
Feel safe at
Just
the
to add
FaZe
context.
Sure.
Yeah, I felt safe. Listen, I know they joke, but like I know the FaZe guys, they're all really nice. They're all really nice. It is a very chaotic house, okay? It's the fucking FaZe house. All right? I've never been called fat and flirted with in the same span so many times in my life than in that house. Lacey would literally call me a torta and then turn around and try to call me babe, and I'm like, that's not, you know what I mean? Like, we're not, that's not a thing. So, it's just not, it's just crazy. Bro, apparently, one of those TikToks got, like, Jason showed it to me. It got, like, fucking 11 million views. Did you see that shit? Where is it? No, 15.2 million views now.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think? What do you think about that? What are you thinking?
She has a Taco Bell sponsor.
I was
Of course she
saying,
does.
had no phone in my apartment.
Oh my god, not the music, dude. You're gonna get us fucking copyrighted again.
Oh god. Calling Ada Ross a weirdo. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I don't know what's the stick, like, right? Like, I was streaming earlier on Twitch, right? I was streaming for like 6 hours straight. I was doing hardcore Path to Exile 2.
Yeah.
I died like 3 times.
Is there a connection or more to the story?
Well, no, it's like I was actually doing something, right? I wasn't just talking.
Oh yeah, I know, right? Yeah, she pulls up
Yeah.
that we pull up her most popular clip right now on Twitter, and it's her talking about getting flirted with, called fat, and then TikTok. I mean,
Yeah.
dude. But yeah, sure, you should be at the top of the list, and you're getting blocked by the manosphere for sure, bruh.
No, I don't think that's it. I actually had a lot of viewers. I had 12 unique viewers come to my stream.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about her.
Oh, her? Yeah, Doug. She's well, you see, I don't want to insult her because at the end of the day, it's like imagine it, like you're playing. Well, I don't want to make any more League references because League is kind of a dead game after the whole Vanguard bullshit. But it's kind of like you get born, and then you get like here's like the male like physical and intelligence average bracket, right? And then here's like the female. You kind of get nerfed a bit. Your like physical is down here typically, and your intellect kind of gets nerfed a bit. But you're still like, it's kind of hard to win at that point.
What, the average female is smarter than the average male?
Yes, but the smartest male is okay. We have to bring up the bell curve.
Oh no. Here we go.
Bell curve, male versus female IQ.
Explaining this one to people is always fun.
All right, so this is a pretty easy chart, right?
Yep.
They are the highest on average, but
Yes.
if you look at the higher and the lower,
Yep.
males make up more of these two sections. Which means
Yep.
men are more likely to invest in penny stocks, and males are also more likely to become very popular streamers. So you see?
Okay, fine. I don't. If that's what that chart means to you, that's the least offensive way I've ever heard that chart explained by both males and females. So, sure, dude. Holy fuck. Oh
But
my
yeah,
god. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to hammer this home, but dude, I just don't think you can come out and say what they said together and then do what they're doing, in my opinion. I would get that if you were on the street every day, like, let's say I show speed with to China and you're like, oh shit, that's a great idea. I'm going to China. And then you do the same thing as him and you get a tenth of the viewership that he does. Maybe I'd be like, okay, you know, maybe something's going on. But when you're just sitting on your fucking chair and you're just like, yeah, I went to an all guys house and like they flirted with me and called me fat and then my TikTok got a lot of views. It's like, dude, I can't even believe that you have the balls to compare yourself to iShowSpeed, who I don't even really like that much, to be honest with you. I cannot believe you have the big cojones to fucking talk shit about iShowSpeed. Like, huh? The guy is out there doing backflips on stream and like trying to break records for fun. He starts racing professional athletes, and your ass goes to an all-male gaming house and gets flirted with. And that's what you think is competitive.
I don't think. I think they kind of didn't even really mean it when they were comparing themselves to Speed, because I think they just wanted the negative publicity.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Every single time they drop in viewership, Pokimane says something controversial or just something controversial. 100% agree with you.
Yeah,
Yeah, they just want
yeah,
the attention. They know that
yeah,
negative stuff like that gets them more viewership and attention, and that's what they do. I 100% agree with you, without a doubt.
yeah, yeah.
But talking about it also gets us attention. So you see the dilemma.
Mm, yeah, I guess that's true.
You got to play the game to win, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I miss the old days where things were simpler and you can just fart on screen and everyone laughs.
I wish when it wasn't fake. That was my favorite part. Now everything is scripted and it's fake, or it's like it's so forced. There was a time period in YouTube, even before Twitch
Doug,
existed.
I'm missing page 6. Can you resend page 6 to me?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Doug, just
Of
send
the
it to me.
script, of the script.
Doug, you're not supposed to say that out loud.
Sorry. I mean, our show is like it used to be much more scripted. I don't want to really call it scripted. It was more done in like a interview fashion.
Yeah.
And then I would say we had a much more of a tighter hold on the topics and the subtopics. And now we do general topics and we'll just talk about them and let it branch off naturally. But
We have become the reactors.
I guess to world news, which really isn't. It's kind of fun. I like it. It's fun.
Fun for us, not fun for the people who hate the reactors.
I guess not fun for the Canadians. That's for sure.
Canadians are about to become the fucking. We don't know what kind of country we are anymore because anarchy has taken over our government and a coup d'etat is in place. So I don't even know what they're gonna do.
But there's a word for countries. There's a word for countries where they're like super materialistic, not material, military, focused. Where it's like, what are they called?
It's called being owned by Israel.
Oh, okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay, there's an actual word for it. Totalitarius? I don't know. But our country is becoming very aggressive.
Military industrial complex, maybe.
Sure, I don't know. I mean there's a specific like government style for like an actual name.
Totalitarian, authoritarian.
Maybe those are usually referred to as like
Socialist.
inward control. And there's a specific word for when your military plays like such a large control over your government, and it's just focused on outward expansion. But I don't know what it's called.
Mm. I think I don't know. United States of Israel is looking like it's putting up a pretty good fight. I think maybe if they elect Pokimane as president, we'll do something like that.
Dear God, I'd kill myself. Jesus, fuck. Well, we're demonetized again. I'd in Minecraft, of course, I'd jump off the cliff.
Oh, speaking of Minecraft, the Minecraft movie.
The Minecraft movie, the one and only Minecraft
Yep.
movie.
Probably my new favorite movie.
This has got to be one of the most interesting phenomena we've ever seen. But
Yeah, here.
if you don't know, the Minecraft is a video game, creative video game, blocks.
Everyone knows what Minecraft is.
Yeah, it's the
I'm sure there are
biggest,
boomers that
biggest
know.
game in the world, single player game in the world, or whatever. But yes, they made a movie, and people are going to see this movie, and apparently the movie actually sucks dick, but they're just going crazy over it for fun. It's like the Morbius event where people were just kind of going to make fun of it. They're doing the same thing with this, except to a degree never before seen in our history or anyone's history. They're all going to this movie, and they are like throwing popcorn all over. I just saw the most insane video of people waiting for Jack Black to say chicken jockey, and then they're just buying popcorn, not eating the popcorn, and then when you say chicken jockey, they're throwing popcorn everywhere. Dude, you gotta find those videos. Why is yours so weird compared to mine? Yeah, let's see. I can't play the audio, but
yeah, did you know that they actually not only did they break even, they've actually made 150 million profit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was one of the highest grossing video game movies. It had the best opening of any video game movie ever made.
It is the most horrendous dog shit in the world.
Yeah, apparently
the greatest thing.
This movie sucks, but everyone's just going for the fun of it. Let's see if I can. I can't play it.
He's gonna say it. Well, you're gonna miss it though. He's gonna say it.
Yeah, no.
It's gonna happen. You're ready.
I'm playing it.
The vultures look like my nightmare fuel.
For real. So, I mean, this is the most tame one I've seen. There are people there's a video of like a guy on another guy's shoulders, and they stand up during that scene. We are aware of the TikTok trend that's happening now that is causing disturbance in the screen. If you are caught making noise, throwing popcorn, swearing, or being anti-social, what? Wait, what?
I don't know what that means.
What the fuck? You'll be asked to leave without a... Wait, what is the anti-social?
I think they mean anti system.
Oh my god.
There has to be another one.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not like just flooded. Oh my god! Popcorn everywhere!
Okay, so I love how they're all filming the movie.
I know, that's the craziest part! So the police are coming in and they're arresting these people!
It's
or at least
great.
kicking them out of the theater. I mean, this is like...
No, they're just getting trespassed, that's all.
Yeah, I'm sure. Oh my god. I mean, I saw one that was so bad, dude. Like, the entire aisles were just like... It was a pool of popcorn. I mean, it was insane. It was so crazy.
Yeah, I can find it around here somewhere.
I mean, I guess there's so many memes right now. But yeah, everyone's just filming it, which is illegal, by the way. You're not allowed to do that. But everyone's doing that. They're throwing popcorn. Fucking... What's this?
It's become a national movement, Doug.
I know.
It truly has.
I know. I feel like this is some... Oh, good. We have a compilation.
Oh, these dudes? They're the villagers. They're total pacifists and eat buttloads of bread. They love crushing loaves.
They already know, like, everyone already knows what's happening in the movie, too. It's the funniest part.
Diamond are full set. And this is a crab.
What is that? What the fuck?
These elements, they differ I'm gonna push you on phone with this water bucket.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
This is like the peak of hate watching. It's just gone to a whole other level. Oh, not the music, not the music. Stop the music. What is this?
I like how he gets kicked out by police.
Oh, we saw this. It's another video from the same angle.
Same angle, yeah. That's how popular. So many people are filming. I click on another random video. It's just another angle of the same shit.
I mean, it's crazy. It is so crazy. But like, here's the thing, people. They don't actually like the movie. They're just going there, and it's just a meme. It's just a joke to go there and make fun of the movie, and people are going like 4, 5, 6 times.
Yeah. This is not going to improve the movie market, by the way. This is going to
No,
mean that
it's
movies are going to get
not.
worse.
Yes. Yeah.
The fact that they spent 150 million on this too kind of just gets me a little bit.
I know, dude. I know.
And the fact that they made it back, they're actually not even being punished for their shitty behavior, which is crazy. It's like a spoiled child being given everything he wants, even when he's a total piece of shit.
I don't know, man. I mean, the thing is, movies have been dying for like the past fucking 8 years in a row. Like, they have just been losing money nonstop. And it kind of becomes this question. So it just got announced like an hour ago that they're actually probably going to make a sequel. So, yeah.
So okay.
One of two things happened, but yes.
You can't tell me the people who made this fucking movie haven't seen every single one of these fucking TikTok videos. So they saw this shit. They saw that happening in these movie theaters. They saw what these kids were doing. They looked at the money and they said to themselves, "We're doing it again. We're making a sequel."
Yeah. Here's the thing. One of two things happened. One, they just saw the numbers and were like, wow, this is a success. Let's do it again. Or two, they are fully aware of what is going on. Is that nobody actually likes it, and they are actually embracing clip farming.
Oh my god, that's true. They may spend even less and make it even shittier. More stupid shit in it.
True. Absolutely true.
Wouldn't it be hilarious though if it came out and it was just like an actually good movie?
What, part 2?
Yeah, part 2, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I bet less people would watch it.
This is the equivalent of going to a roulette table, taking $150 million and putting it on like 31 black, right? And the roulette table just spins the fucking wheel, and then it's just like, oh, like it doesn't look like it's gonna land on it, and then all of a sudden, like a fucking dude just falls on the table and just has a heart attack and dies and just falls on the table, and it moves the ball into the 31 black slot. And the roulette table leader is like, wait a minute, hold on, wait, hold on. No, I pressed the button. I was gonna land on something else. I pressed the button underneath the table. Wait, hold on first.
Maybe, dude. I don't even know. You're right, though. I'm curious that, like, what are going to be the consequences of this? Because, again, maybe they look at the numbers, like, oh, this was a good movie, let's just do it again. In which case, nothing will happen. That's been a phenomenon that's happened more than once, where they thought a movie was good, they put out a sequel, it's terrible, and it just dies. Or two, they absolutely know it's shit, but they're going to try and capitalize on the cultural phenomena of hate watching and just the people becoming the experience. Yeah. And they just end up clip farming for the entire second one.
Oh, I have the new theaters opening up. Crash Out Theaters. We hire more people, more cleaners and janitors than we do actual employees, and they just clean up every time there's a rotating movie.
Maybe. I have no idea. I mean, I've seen a lot of people complain about the messes. At the same time, holy fuck, the amount of money getting brought in is wild. It's so crazy.
Yeah. Like, imagine, like those rooms that they have where you can just, it's like a rage room, you can kind of just break everything in it with a bat.
Yeah.
Right? Put some protective gear on. Kind of do something like that, except for movie theaters where people can watch the movie and then just freak the fuck out pretty much.
True. It's got to be illegal for us to show fucking the clips, right? Of the movie?
No.
Surely
at this point, Doug, at this point, I could watch the entire movie through TikTok without just by scrolling down.
That's fair. Oh
Yeah,
my lord, I
like
can't, dude. You gotta find the one of them just dumping the whole bag, like uneaten popcorn, just all over the place.
Minecraft movie.
Just maybe type popcorn, see what happens.
They'll probably give me the no, I think I already looked at
Uh,
that. This was pretty funny.
dude, what's happening?
Woo! Chicken jockey.
These are entire, these are like entire college campuses, entire friend groups, all going
Yeah.
and just fucking losing it.
Imagine
Oh
the
my
woman with her
God.
kid, her 5-year-old, deciding to watch
Yeah,
the Minecraft movie
yeah.
that day. Oh, here's the aftermath part you're looking for.
No, I mean, yes, this was one of them, but there's an actual, I mean, it doesn't really matter. What you see is pretty much it. But there's a video of just a guy who had like an entire, the big bag of popcorn, and he just fucking throws it all over. I mean, there's popcorn everywhere. Oh, there we go. What is...
This is great.
It's just chaos. Yeah, I mean,
It's great.
it's so wild.
These kids are living the life.
These
These kids are living the...
Dude, it's the generation after us. They just lost their fucking minds, dude. It is just
Honestly,
complete anarchy. Like,
I mean, they understand. Like, they get it. They understand that this movie sucks, and they're intelligent enough to understand that.
oh yeah, they figured out it sucks, and they figured out how to make it fun for themselves anyway.
More interested in the popcorn box. Pointed out to everyone I knew to my sister. I don't
get it.
Like,
Okay.
who are you, loser?
Okay. Man. I mean, Jesus. Look at that.
This is beautiful.
I mean, dude, it's
And
funny
the
that
funniest part is,
yeah,
the kids may have gotten kicked out, right? The kids get kicked out, right? Because they're acting fucking crazy.
yeah,
But they made fucking bank, so they're gonna do it again.
yeah, yeah. No, for sure. I don't know.
I 100%. Warner Brothers or whoever made this fucking movie is calling up the movie theaters. Ring, hello. Yeah, listen, for the Minecraft movie 2, we're gonna be hiring special janitors. And if there's like any amount of noise or any like popcorn being thrown or like if it's disrupting the other theaters, just like calm the other theaters down a little bit or whatever, or just tell them to get over it or like fuck off, right? And then whatever happens in the Minecraft movie 2 theaters just stays in there. Just don't even worry about it. It's like Vegas. Whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Don't even worry about it, okay? We need to make some fucking movie. We need to make some money on this movie, all right? So just do that, okay? Okay, bye.
The funny part is, so like the movie theaters don't actually make money off the tickets; they make money off the concessions, right? So so these people going there, right? Exactly. That was my point. Is they go there, they buy all this popcorn. The movie theaters, they're kind of making money too.
Garçon, another bag of popcorn, please. I've thrown all of mine, I'm afraid. All of mine is in little Timmy's back over there. It's in his shirt. I can't get it out anymore. I'm going to need another... But actually, make that 2 bags. Jennifer, do you want an extra bag? Yes, quite. I already threw all of my popcorn, dear Edward.
But imagine you're just the middle-class family, right? And you're just like, oh, your 6-year-old son or whoever is like, want to go see the Minecraft movie? Okay, son, come on, let's go watch the Minecraft movie. They go to the theater, like, wow, this movie must be really good. It's really packed in here. Wow, there's a lot of water. Wow, what's going on?
The opening scene.
Minecraft jockey! This popcorn goes fucking flying everywhere. The poor dad is sheltering his son. Oh, jeez.
Somebody dives to the lower row.
That's a fucking war zone. For some reason, they're fist fighting over on the left, a chicken fight.
Yeah.
What the fuck is happening? What's going on?
That's fucking...
Holy
like, dude,
fuck.
I can imagine like 100 years from now, instead of like clapping, people just throw their popcorn.
I mean, I kind of want to say that's like how it used to be, right? They used to throw like tomatoes and shit if the performance was terrible.
It was bad.
Yeah.
And like roasted if it was good.
Yeah.
Instead, it's just gonna be popcorn if it's good, and then they're just gonna start pissing if it's bad.
We don't want to know what happens when it's just bad.
Yeah, it's just bad.
Yeah, we don't normally talk about pop culture
They
stuff.
probably still throw popcorn.
Probably. But it is interesting to see that, like, this is the coping mechanism for dog shit movies now. This is what they've, like, turned to. It's just like, fine, You're gonna show us endless dog shit fucking slop. Fine then. We're gonna go and we're gonna make the experience fun. You want us to watch this shit? Okay, we'll go watch this shit. And they just go there, they're fucking fist fighting and throwing popcorn and doing backflips and just fucking going ape shit. And everyone in the theater is just breaking the law. What do you do when every single person in the theater is holding up their phone, recording the whole ass movie for TikTok?
Yeah.
What do you do? I mean, we're not even talking about just one theater, right? The Minecraft movie is probably being shown in multiple they call them theaters, but the separate rooms, right? There's probably 5 or 6 showings at one time. What do? Do you arrest all of these people? You fucking start kicking them all out? Like, what do you do? You just...
I guarantee I'll have to do paperwork for 50 trespassing cases.
It's just fucked. The Gen Zers have figured out that if you just swarm the system, it just fucking collapses into oblivion.
Yeah.
And it's
pretty
funny.
grand. It's like, imagine like the old movie theater owner who's like wiping down the fucking concession stand at the front. All of a sudden he just sees a group of kids. Yes, I remember back in my day, when I first opened the theater back in 1932. God, it's been such a long time, such an old theater. I'm so happy to see all the young kids coming back to watch movies again, and it's my passion, truly.
It's just gotta be so funny for the people who don't know what's going on. Like, you're just walking past that. You're going there to go watch. I don't know. I don't know what else is in theater, dude. Like Disney Princess 2000, right? You walk past one of the rooms and all you hear is chicken jockey. Well, like, what the fuck is going on? There's like banging and slamming and everyone's just screaming like it's the worst horror movie anyone's ever seen. It's just...
It would be even funnier if like the second they turned the lights on, everyone just went quiet. Like,
what the fuck?
Like, everyone's walking in there, everyone's totally quiet and just completely reserved, and you think it's just gonna be a normal movie.
or there is just a mess all over the place, but everyone's just silently staring forward. Oh my god, man. I have no idea.
They don't say a word, and they just throw their popcorn and drinks everywhere, and they go outside and buy more popcorn and drink.
Yeah, exactly. Every fucking 10 minutes, people are coming in and out during the movie and just picking up more food and drinks.
Flying everywhere, not a word is being said.
Chaos. I don't know. The consequences of this are going to be super interesting. If the company, is it Warner Brothers, leans into it and just does it again, I think complete chaos will just ensue in movie theaters from here on out.
I think hate watching is going to become the new meta.
Yeah, for sure. And again, I guess this is just the cultural fight back to dog shit movies.
No, I don't think this is the fight back to dog shit movies. I think movies are just dog shit, and people just want an excuse to be fucking chaotic, and want to use a shitty movie as an excuse.
But like, how bored are they? They must be fucking starving for experience.
I wonder why. Maybe it's because every 5 miles you walk, there's a Walmart, a McDonald's, and a fucking CVS. And there's nothing to do anymore because all the boomers paid the construction companies to build on top of the land, and then they had a $0 down payment on their homes. So now there's nowhere left for the kids to play, and so the kids are just going to go to the fucking Minecraft movie and throw fucking popcorn.
It's kind of interesting, just to add on to that, is like, I wonder how much home entertainment has played a role. Because if you really want the theatric experience, the positive one, you probably just stay at home and have it, right? Most people can just have that. Or most of the like super exciting entertainment is done on like video games, right? Like that's where people kind of fucking roid out, go crazy, put all their focus into. So there's this like reverse, right? You used to go home and beat your wife from a bad day of work. Now you beat your coworkers and like random people at a movie theater, and then you go home and hug and kiss your wife. It's like a flip flop thing that happened.
More like hug and kiss your non-binary asexual boyfriend. Okay, let's be honest.
Sure, my bad. Spouse,
it's 2025,
partner, whatever we call them.
Partner. If anyone says partner, I immediately just like lose all respect for their relationship.
I did too, right? I had a friend who said that recently. They were like, "This is my partner," and I was like, "Partner in crime, partner in business." Like, why are you calling him your partner? Like, what the fuck?
Drug partner? Like,
yeah. Like, what the hell does that mean? And she was just like, "Well, I guess they're my boyfriend." I'm like, "Why don't you just call him that?" I mean, I have just no filter, right? I probably should have been so aggressive about it, but like, the fuck
What if
does
they don't
partner mean?
identify as a boyfriend?
Yeah, I don't know. The guy was a fucking drone. Oh my
Yeah.
god, that shit was so
Robot
funny.
boyfriend.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah,
Oh
no,
man, I
listen,
almost don't. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
listen. It's just gonna get worse. The movies are gonna get worse, and then the people are gonna get worse.
So here's
These
here's
kids,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, these kids, they already have an outlet for their enjoyment at home. They
Yeah.
watch anime at home. They play video games at home, like
Yeah.
you said. And if they're gonna watch like a TV show at home, they're gonna do it at home.
Mhm.
And so the movies has become like this niche thing, like similar to how like back in the day when the internet was like a niche thing and not everyone had it. Now everyone has it, and it's
Yeah.
no longer niche. And being outside is more niche than it is being on the internet, right?
Yeah.
Same thing here.
No, yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. It's. I almost kind of like this like kind of swap on everyone's. Everyone used to like use the outside as escape, right? Like when you were fighting
Yeah.
with your parents, when you're fighting with a lover, whatever. When you're fighting, you used to go outside and do something to escape it. But now you go
Yeah.
inside to escape it, and I think it's probably going to have a positive effect on like the household experience.
Except David Goggins.
Yeah, well, of course. Yeah, I mean, that guy's running from something.
Yeah. Can't hurt me. Can't hurt me, buddy. Buddy, are you okay, man? Do you need to talk? You're running 12 miles every morning. Let's.
Dude, my favorite line of his is like, man, I used to be depressed. I would lie in bed all day and fucking, not do anything. And then I realized I was being a little bitch. It just fucking kills me, dude. He's like, dude, that line every single time I think about it fucking kills me.
Yeah.
I was just being a little bitch.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. I love David.
Who's gonna carry the boat and the logs?
Yeah. Oh my lord. Yeah. It's interesting stuff. It's an interesting time. I don't know how the movie theaters will adapt to this, or maybe I think they should just lean into it, to be honest. But
I think they need to have an under 18 movie theater section, and then just like assign an extra janitor to that.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's what I would do, right? You don't end up spending that much more money, and you get to continue making the same profits.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see how much more money they're making off popcorn alone, right? Because
Yeah.
I mean, that's just
Yeah.
not cheap.
And
Like,
look at all that throwing popcorn. Those kids bought it with their parents' money. Their
did.
parents gave them that money.
I
They gave
know.
them that money to eat the popcorn. They throw it all over the fucking theater.
throwing popcorn at the screen.
That's probably reading the newspaper at home. Gee, I sure hope Billy's enjoying that movie with his buddies. I used to love going to the movies with my friends when I was young. Eating the popcorn, drinking the Coke. You just skip over to the movie theater. Whoa, the fucking chicken jockey! the fucking Coke. The Coke hits little Jimmy in the back of the head, and he's got Coke with Coke.
Yeah, right, dude. Your son goes out to the movie. I'm going out to the theater today. Can I have $20? Sure, son.
Yeah.
Here you go. I mean, it's gotta be like what, like $30
Yeah.
to get popcorn too. Sure, son. And then the son comes
Yeah.
back and he's drenched in soda, covered in popcorn, and probably has a black eye. That was the greatest movie I've ever seen. It's just like, what the fuck? Huh?
Is my son in a gay fight?
Yeah. We're like, what the hell? Holy
Oh
fuck.
God!
Good times in the kingdom.
Beautiful times in the kingdom. I dare
Good.
say.
Beautiful times. I mean, what movie even comes? You know this is gonna trend again, right? It's like, what's the movie lineup? What is the next movie that comes out within the next
Let's
4 or
see.
5 months
Let's
that
see.
this happens again? Because you know it's gonna happen again.
Let's see. The
Yeah.
2025 movie releases.
What are we looking at here?
Plankton the
Plankton the movie.
No,
That
they
might be-
better hope they made a good movie. Otherwise, they're gonna make a bunch of money.
I think that one's. I think that one's on Netflix.
Is it?
Maybe it's Netflix. It's net listed, so hard to tell.
Let me type in theater.
Yeah, yeah.
Snow White.
Snow White.
Surely not.
That
right?
movie already
No,
came
surely
out.
not.
That movie already came
Yeah,
out.
yeah, it already came out. You're looking at something new.
Even
let me
that
type in
movie
new
is
releases.
so bad. Nobody's going.
Final
What?
Destination.
Bloodlines? Maybe. Maybe.
Wait. Hold on. Let's see this one.
Oh, that's Acme. That's This movie is going to be what's his name versus the Wile Coyote versus Acme, I think, or maybe this is different.
Let's see.
This is an animated movie. I'm so nervous about us playing videos these days.
It's a trailer. It's a trailer. We're allowed to
I
watch a
know,
trailer.
but every single time we play a video, we get fucking nailed for no reason. What the fight? I mean, this could be one.
It could be one. I don't know. I feel like if Jack Black like was in it, it'd definitely be
True.
like Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I think we found it, Doug.
Could be.
I think we found it.
The thing is, people actually kind of like that movie, the first one. So
yes, but they're all autistic. So even if it's a good movie, people are still gonna be screaming.
It's possible. It's possible.
And the first one was not that good, by the way.
I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was nearly as good as people. People were like kind of going crazy about it, but yeah, I thought it was all right at best.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be the next one, and people are gonna fake scream. They're gonna fake be afraid, right? They're gonna fake be afraid. They're gonna start freaking out and cowering underneath the chairs and shit like that.
Just running out of the theater.
Running out of the theater. Get the fuck out!
That should be so funny. Who knows?
Yeah,
Who knows what trends spawn off this?
Yeah, that's my bet. That's my bet. It's either gonna be that, or it's gonna be Final Destination Bloodlines, depending on how bad it is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't expect that movie to be good. It could be. Look up
a live action adaptation of How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, I don't know if this one's gonna be good. I'm a huge fan, but like, fuck.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's probably gonna be Five Nights at Freddy's 2, if we're being honest here.
Could be that Jurassic Park movie.
Oh, a new Avatar movie.
Fire and Ash. Yeah, look forward to that.
They got a new Tron movie, Predator.
There's a lot of options, to be honest.
Yeah. It already came out. Zootopia 2? Smurfs, maybe Smurfs.
Smurfs? Ooh, Smurfs on the list.
Smurfs
gotta be up
there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was looking like it already. Oh yeah, I think we found it. I think
it's hard if it's animated.
It's not just animated. We got real people.
Oh my god, you're right. It's not just animated.
This is the next one. 110%.
I hate this current style of animation here in the US.
Yeah.
I fucking think it looks terrible. Could be.
Yeah, this is the next movie. This is the next movie.
Could be all of them, to be honest. Could be literally all of them.
Dude, now every movie is gonna avoid making any catchphrase at all in the movie.
I don't know. I think some of them might lean into it. If this happens more than once and makes one more movie more popular than it should be, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these movies lean to it. And where I keep forgetting, I want to take this point before we move on. All right, forget.
Yeah.
But I do think this, and I've kind of had this theory for a little bit, is that shit like this is what's going to make AI generated videos and movies a lot. There's going to be a huge push for getting those out. Yeah, they're much cheaper to make, and there's less worry about this shit happening.
Oh yeah, are you ready to watch the new AI generated movie that just came out this morning?
The thing is like, what would be the? This is the equivalent of what you said, like a slop, where there's no longer going to be when they start clip farming. There's no longer going to be a care about what they're putting out in general. So the people who,
as long as they get the money,
exactly. So the actual artists, the writers and directors and the actual talent are probably going to look at this shit and be like, bro, I'm not your clown. I don't want to exist in your circus. I'm going to go do something else. And the industry that's kind of starting to pick up and replace this shit is AI generated, movies. I don't know, just a theory. I think we're still a little ways out from it. But it'll be interesting to see the consequences of this fucking nonsense.
They're just gonna intentionally make bad shit, and then Hollywood's gonna branch off, and then the version of it that actually wants to make good movies is gonna branch off, and then they realize they don't have the funding, and so none of their movies can ever meet the budget. So they just end up dying off, and all I have left is AI hate watch Koi Slab garbage. I love the future.
I've seen some of the things they do with AI animation, and they're like tiny clips. Some of it's really impressive. But yeah, I don't know. Again, we'll see. AI, Western AI video generation needs to pick up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just lagging behind just a tad.
Yeah. I think Zoomers and Gen Alpha are actually super based for doing this shit in the Minecraft movie. It's actually so based.
I think it's funny. I think it's an interesting way to retaliate. To be honest, I think it like
Yeah.
I don't blame these kids. I blame the fucking morons who put out this dog shit and expect a reaction. And now they're
Yeah.
showing up like, is this the reaction you wanted? You wanted us to like
Yeah.
this movie? All right, fine.
Yeah.
We fucking love this movie.
Love it.
This is the greatest movie ever.
Ever, yo.
It's
I'm
like,
high as-
yeah, but, dude, hey, fair enough. It's an
Yeah.
interesting way to fucking rebel. I'll take it.
I'm interested to see the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie, though. The
Maybe.
Smurfs trailer has a negative 58,000 dislikes.
I didn't even watch that or listen to the whole thing, and that looked like garbage.
I know, it's gonna be the next Hate Watch movie for
Wait,
sure.
they're actually so. Do you have an add-on that shows the dislikes?
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say they're brave for letting that show in the first place.
No. YouTube disabled that because of a YouTube Rewind thing.
Yeah, mostly because Google's a fucking.
58,000 dislikes.
Yeah, that's a good start.
That's cool. It's a kids movie, guys. It's a fucking kids movie. Why the fuck are you disliking it? Get the fuck off your high horse.
I don't know. It's an interesting like concept recently where
Look.
It's-
the Smurfs.
it's interesting to see how many adults care about kids movies or movies that are supposed to be tailored to kids. And I'm not like
Yeah.
flaming the adults because I don't think they are actually tailored to kids. Is what's going on.
Yeah, I think Neighborhood Watch Smurfs Paris edition.
The fuck?
Why aren't they black?
What the fuck?
They order Uber Eats.
You think one of the
They
one of
hide
the do you think one of the Smurfs start dating a human female? Thought right? It's like a staple these days in these movies.
Doug, after the fucking Minecraft movie, anything's possible. to be honest with
I
you. It's
agree.
it's opened up whole new avenues of
Dude,
different types of movies now.
I hope we get some like artistic crazy movie that just makes zero sense. I'm talking like just random clips of nonsense for 2 hours straight.
For 2 hours straight.
Yeah.
We're just watch the most recent Disney movie. That's typically how it works.
What's funny is people didn't even choose the Snow White movie. That's how bad the Snow White movie was. They didn't even choose that one to go there and hate watch
No,
it.
that's how bad it was.
That's how bad it was. Not even
They couldn't
these
even hate watch
chaotic,
that.
not even these chaotic bastards could go there and make that movie fun. I'm actually looking
Yeah,
forward to the
it-
Tron movie.
The Strangers Chapter 2. Oh, I remember watching the first movie of this. It's pretty brutal.
Yeah,
About a group of serial killers that go into a home and they just fucking kill a couple.
yeah, I believe it's
It
actually
literally
a
had
remake.
no. Yeah, I watched that movie when I was like 13.
Really? 13.
Yeah, yeah,
The movie came out when you were 13.
yeah. I think so. Let me
I think it
look.
was later than that, dude. You might be right, but I think the movie came out a little later. It has what's her name in it?
Oh, they did a revamp. They did a
yeah,
revamp in
yeah.
2024.
Yeah. I was
They
gonna
did. They
say.
did. They made in 2008. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one I seen.
Yeah.
Huh? I didn't realize it was that old though. I only watched it recently, like in the past like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah. Yeah. This is
Yeah, it's
the-
actually a
this is the
good
one I
movie.
saw. Yeah, it was pretty brutal. Got a 49% on Rotten Tomatoes for our movie. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah, it's fucking what's his name in it? Homelander.
Homelander. Oh, does it?
I,
It
that
had
is
Glenn
him.
Howerton. Really?
That is him, right? Scott Speedman or James Hoyt? No, yeah, Scott Speedman. Isn't that Homelander?
Mm,
Yeah, it's him.
yeah,
It's
yeah. That's
definitely him.
Homelander. Yeah.
Yeah. Without a doubt, that's him. Dude, this guy's actually been in like a lot of movies
Is
that
it-
I didn't
is it
realize.
actually him?
It's him, no? Scott Speedman. The voice. Oh no, Anthony Starr is Homelander. Dude, are these guys brothers? What the freak?
Huh,
Holy
that's pretty similar.
fuck, they do look similar.
What kind of last name is Speedman?
I don't
It's
know.
like,
I don't know.
what are you, a driver or something? You're Fast and Furious or
I have
something?
no idea. It's crazy. Holy fuck! All right. Well, that was pretty good. So you ready to move on to the next one? This one's a little
Sure,
more
what's
uh uh
tame?
prophetical, prophecy,
Okay. Okay.
philosophical. Sorry. Uh,
Gotcha.
this company named Colossus, uh, they do this thing called synthetic bioengineering
Mm.
biology, and they have
Mm.
recreated the direwolf. Gonna look it up on X. Would probably be your best choice. So I actually this guy who runs the company, he was on the Joe Rogan podcast. I watched the full episode. This article or this moment has gone viral for all kinds of reasons. People are kind of questioning it, whether it's good or bad, and I'll explain kind of the point of view of the company. Um, but yeah, so this company has developed a process of editing an entire DNA sequence at one go. So normally, the way editing is done to change a species, whether backwards usually, is you do one edit at a time. So, for example, you like make their eyes blue, right? And then that is born, and then you take that baby, the blood of that baby, and then you change that genes to make their fur red, and you do that one by one. This company has developed a method to do it all in one go,
Mm.
and they have reborn the direwolves. And you can go to their, I mean, maybe you should pull up their YouTube page. I think would probably be best. Um, Colossus is the company. Direwolf. I'm sure you can find it. Yeah, you're gonna type in direwolf or something. Yeah, so I mean, they have images of them at an older age. You can play the howling, I
That
hope.
hasn't existed for some 13,000 years. The dire wolf, made famous on the television series Game of Thrones.
Doug,
Yeah.
why did we revive the fucking direwolf for?
Right. So that's a good question, right? A lot of people are
Where's
asking.
Jesus Christ DNA? Why the fuck are we resurrecting Jesus Christ?
Well, all right. Again, yeah. This is gonna be a good one, right? I think there's a
You know
lot of
this world
questions
needs
here.
Jesus more than it needs fucking direwolves, okay?
So a lot of what they've done, or what they do on the front lines that make headlines is kind of not really the cream of the crop stuff. So the direwolf thing is pretty cool, but their main focus is actually on ensuring endangered species can be removed off
Endangered,
the
it was
list.
gone. It was fucking gone. It was extinct. We brought it back like
Well,
a fucking zombie.
So the argument that they follow is that there's a couple of reasons they may have gone extinct, and one of them is humans kind of flooding the area and knocking them out. And their argument is that the species could actually be, I don't think they plan on releasing these back into the wild, but their argument is that there are a lot of species that have gone extinct that would actually be really good for the environment. So their main example, specifically linked to the direwolf here, is the red wolves, which are endangered. And they wanted the proof of concept that, like, hey, look what we can do. We can not only create more of these red wolves, but we can actually make them more diverse than is currently in the environment, and therefore, helping make them healthier.
Doug, I don't want to have to be afraid about going and walking to my fucking car to go somewhere and then being dragged into the forest by a fucking direwolf. Okay,
You live in Florida. There's no wolves. There's no wolves here in Florida.
I'm gonna let you sit with that.
Yeah. What?
Oh yeah, we realize that there's a lot of predators in the environment, so we've decided to make and resurrect another predator, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. It's going to be killing all the other predators in the environment. Don't worry, we've resurrected him.
You're all right. Like, a lot of people are kind of again. This is like a very controversial thing, and this specific company more or less is focused on trying to take endangered species off the endangered species list, which is kind of it.
Hey,
Red wolves
else?
are important. They limit the amount of deer, and yeah, what's up? What's important?
They're fucking weeaboos.
Yeah, I mean they're science nerds, so duh. Do you think that's what they were named after? I don't think so.
This is pretty damn close. They're saying they're named from mythical founders of Rome. Shut
Yeah.
up. You named them after Rim and Ram.
I don't
Rimulus? Are you
think
kidding
they
me?
did.
Shut the fuck up.
They also have a female wolf named Khaleesi from Game of Thrones. Oh, and also George R.R. Martin, who, obviously wrote those books and helped write the TV show. He is one of the sponsors of this. He's donated money. So is Chris Hemsworth and Tom Brady. A lot of famous people have put money into
great.
this.
George R.R. Martin is a furry. Good to know. Great. I love 2025.
I know it's an interesting time, but this technology is completely insane. Like it's the first of its kind. It's the most advanced that we have. But there's a lot of kickers that have come with this. There's a Russian company who is working on similar stuff, and they're actually trying to revive the woolly mammoth. I love this guy. I listen to him talk. He's a really smart guy. This guy here, really smart dude. Really down to earth. Super fucking smart.
They engineered 3 wolves that they say resemble the dire wolves. The company sharing these videos showing the animals howling as cubs, and here sleeping and running in their habitat at an undisclosed secure location in the U.S.
People think it's a scary word, de-extinction. They immediately put us with Jurassic Park, and it's not. We're trying to develop these new techniques in order to save animals.
Doug, we have to kill the wolves.
I mean, I don't know, dude. It's interesting. There are other.
Doug, every time we do something stupid, it turns out back in 10,000 years ago, we were smarter than we are today. I think there's a good fucking reason we killed the fucking direwolves off, Doug. We have to go and find out where they are, and we have to kill the direwolves ourselves again and make it extinct again. These scientists are creating more work for us than what they're worth. It's our job as the leaders of humanity to kill these wolves. This is our God-given duty to kill these wolves, Doug.
I don't know. I think the concept is pretty cool. This is more proof of concept for other things. So, like, here's some examples where this technology could be really insanely useful outside humans. The Tasmanian tiger.
You want to bring back the tiger, too. You want me to be afraid of 2 things now, Doug.
It's not
two
an
things
actual.
I have to worry about if I go towards the forest.
Look it up, you ding dong. It's the you've probably seen it. The thylacine is what its scientific name is. But this creature, who
that is terrifying. That is fucking terrifying.
Well, here's the
Doug.
thing. So on the island, they have no more. This creature was hunted into extinction, and that's the last known picture.
There's probably a good fucking reason for it, too.
No, it's just skin, and it was like, it's just poachers knocked it out of extinction and knocked it into extinction. The thing is, this island no longer has any more carnivorous apex predators. No, it's a problem.
Good.
It's a problem for them. So they plan on bringing this creature back too.
We're gonna end up with fucking Pokemon by the end of 2030, Doug. We can't keep doing this shit.
Now that's
we can't keep doing this shit.
Now that's true. So watching the whole episode, he was talking about how China is another. They're also in competition with this technology. However, China doesn't give a fuck about not using it on humans. In general, guys, the world has kind of banned the use of this technology on humans.
Like, no, it hasn't. China's gonna break that rule in like 2 seconds.
They already have. They already have broken that rule. So China's current thing is that they announced that they had developed a cure to HIV. Well, that cure is editing a gene that makes their population immune. What are you looking up? China the clone.
I'm looking up.
What the fuck?
I'm looking up the other thing we're gonna have to deal with, Doug. Fucking clones in China as their military. They don't even need to worry. They can just suicide bomb us.
I'm convinced that there are already clones existing amongst us. Probably more than we know, because we know China.
Just gotta check their belly button.
Why would that?
Clones don't have belly buttons.
No, that's not true. They use a surrogate mother, so they develop the embryo and then they implant that. IVF, same way you do IVF into a surrogate mother, and then
that's not really clone. That's still technically.
No, that's a clone.
I'm talking about recreating DNA from scratch.
That's what they're doing. Well, what do you mean from scratch? Like completely.
They fill out the template. It's like character creation in fucking World of Warcraft.
So that can be done. However, that's super expensive, and you don't want to do that. You want to minimize how many edits you make. So the better thing to do is
you only need one. You just need one, and then you just keep copy pasting it.
Can't do that.
Like the Clone Wars.
Can't do that.
Yeah, you can.
No, but you still have to give. It has to. Something has to give birth to it. That's why you use surrogate mothers. They're working. He was talking on the show about how that technology to doing artificial wombs is like the next big step, because then you can really get into. I mean, dude, I'm not gonna lie. Part of it was scary because, like, he was talking about the population decline. He's like, look, female fertility going down, male fertility going down. He's like, there's got to be a solution to that. But one of the solutions, and I'm not, dude, I'm not saying that he was talking about it in a sense of like, this would be bad or this would be good. He was talking about it like a businessman who was trying to solve a problem pragmatically. He was literally just like, oh, here's a problem, here's the solution. Like you was selling, fast food. It was the same exact concept.
Welcome to the future. Future's dystopic. Welcome to reality.
I know, but dude, it's so scary sometimes. I mean, I don't even think it's that bad. Like, I think that's great, but a part of me, like, humanity-wise, is just like,
I think it's great. I want a slave.
Where did you get slave from? What?
Doug, we're cloning people? Hello?
Oh my god. I don't know. Where are you getting slaves with clones?
Yeah, here, listen, sir, I'll give you $100,000 to clone me whatever fucking thing you got it stored up in your archives over there. Just put some DNA together and give me a fucking slave.
Okay. It's interesting that... Here's what's interesting. That guy hears the problem and goes, yeah, clones and modified humans. And then your immediate thinking to that is slaves. Yeah. Like, what? You fucking Aryan German scum? What the hell?
5 years ahead. 5 steps ahead, Doug. You already know.
5 years? The return of slaves in 5 years? Okay.
Yeah, clone slaves. Listen, what do you think the Clone Wars was about? Did you watch Star Wars?
The Clone Wars was about tariffs, believe it or not.
They were forced to exist. They were forced to exist. Brought into creation.
They were
and
about
told
tariffs.
to fight in a war they had nothing to do with. What do you call that? A slave. And they were black.
They were not black.
They were black.
They were brown.
Okay, all right. Same shit.
What the Can you go one episode without offending a race or gender?
No.
Or ethnicity? Or fucking nationality?
What do you call this? Star
They're
Wars,
not
the
black.
Slave Wars.
That's not... I mean, wait, I'm trying to think. If they were technically slaves, because they did have computer chips in their brain that, like, made them more, less argumentative or something. Like, some crazy shit.
Wonder what that's called.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think the U.S. will be first to implement slaves, but we'll see. What is wrong with you? Why are you looking at me like this? Well, I mean,
we already did it once.
It's every country.
Jews.
Everyone has done it once. Everyone's done it at least once.
The
But
Jewish people did it.
It is a good point. Let's say our manufacturing doesn't catch up to China enough. China pumps out more robots, and the only thing we know how to do is make every woman pregnant with fucking clones.
Clone slaves.
Clone slaves, yeah. That's an interesting fucking concept there.
I love how Jango Fett just had his DNA used to make fucking clones.
Dude, that guy must have made bajillions.
Yeah. Would making human clones as slaves and making them a subject in depth from birth with some drugs to enhance them be a good thing? The first thing they would discover would be how to overthrow their human masters and kill the Koran who suggested this idea.
The Koran? Why do they talk about themselves like they're a separate species?
I don't know. Slavery is deplorable and ethically unacceptable, yada, yada, yada. It's also highly economically questionable in a high-tech society you are describing.
But is
You
it
can make
not?
a slave...
But it's not really, right? Because we just described a scenario in which, like, it's plausible. Like, if we get into a war the next 5 years, right? And if you want to know an add-on, by the way, the CIA had to give this company permission to start doing this shit. Just heads up. This was a CIA.
Here's my idea, right? We put like collars, like kill collars around their necks if they go outside a certain area.
You don't even need, bro. Brain implant. We already do that shit. No, brain implant. We already do those.
No, Because
microchips.
the brain implant needs a battery in order to operate. Eventually, that battery will die.
No, they're strong enough now that they can just charge off fucking movement, off your already electrical charges moving around in your brain, fucking blood vessel movement. How do you think the neural links are running? They're not wired.
But that's not realistic, though, Doug. It's just not.
What do you mean it's not realistic? It's already done.
It's easier to put a collar around someone's neck that has a solar panel on it, and then you put their food outside, so that way when they need to eat, their necks get charged, their collars get charged from the solar battery, right? From the solar panel,
You're not
right?
thinking advanced enough, buddy. You're not even close to what technology is in this current day. You do not need a
Listen,
solar panel necklace.
You do.
You don't. But okay, go ahead. Keep
Listen,
talking
my
about-
slaves are gonna have solar panel necklaces. You can rely upon your faulty little
My
brain
slaves are going to be
batteries.
advanced.
My slaves are gonna have necklaces around their fucking neck that will kill them if they go outside the area, and it'll be like a solar panel, and their food will be outside. So in order to eat, in order to survive, they're gonna have to charge their necklaces.
All I'm
using the
saying
sun.
is your slaves are more likely to rebel against you than mine. It's
My
way more
slaves will be
easier to
perfectly-
tamper. It's way easier to tamper with a necklace than it is a fucking brain implant underneath your
Listen,
skull, size of a
my
quarter. Or
no, my
dime.
slaves are gonna have a pizza party at least once every 2 months.
Oh yeah, that should help.
Yeah, see, and
Why-
they'll be getting.
Our viewership, by the way, is going up the highest now that we're talking about slaves more than any of the other topics. You sick bastards.
People like slavery. I don't know why. They just do. They just love the idea of slavery. I don't know why.
I don't think we need. I think robots will kind of serve that thing, but the company.
That's no fun.
I'm sure for you it's not fun.
Listen, a robot will just do whatever you tell you to do, but a slave will feel like it's being abused, whereas a robot won't feel that it's being abused.
Some of
At least
us are
yet.
not so insecure that they need to fucking move an entire populace into slavery to feel better about ourselves.
It would be an entire populace. We'd be creating the populace. We would be creating the slave.
It's an entire populace born through slave.
No, born but that's what they're born as. That's what they're made to be. So it's okay.
Anyways, this company is super interesting. They had to talk about where they draw their lines. They draw their lines at humans. That's where they're kind of like, okay, we're gonna solely focus. It's gonna get interesting. Let me finish. We're gonna solely focus on species on the endangered list and bringing back species that would actually benefit the environment, such as the Tasmanian tiger, which would benefit that island from the overpopulation of species that's not hunted when it should be. They've kind of hinted at bringing back the dodo bird too for fun. They're kind of doing a little bit of things for fun. Did you
The
ever
dodo
see?
bird, Doug. The dodo bird.
Well, here
You can't be serious.
Well,
You
the
can't
thing
be
is-
fucking serious. We killed it for a reason. It was an eyesore. It was a fucking monstrosity upon our fucking planet, and they want to bring that shit back.
they need funding somehow, and so I think
It couldn't fly. It couldn't fly.
Penguins
It
can't
was
fly
worse
either.
than the chicken. It was worse than the fucking chicken. The chicken could kill the fucking dodo bird. That's how weak it was. There was no reason for its existence on this planet.
I don't know.
It existed to be killed, and guess what? We're gonna do it again. They're gonna bring it back, and we're gonna kill it again. We're gonna make it extinct a second time.
They've also said that they've gotten lots of offers from rich people who like want specific things done
I'm sure.
and made. Yeah. So
I guess they want humans.
He didn't clarify, but I'll say this:
I wonder what rich people want.
Joe was kind of like, dinosaurs and tiger, saber-tooth tigers and shit. And
I wonder how many of those rich people were calling about pedophilic stuff.
I don't know, but the guy was just like, oh yeah, worse and stranger than that. So
Yeah.
I don't know. But dude, I don't know. The technology is crazy, and it gets even wilder in the sense that they were able to make those wolves in, what did he say? I think it was less than a year. So the very first steps that they do is they take the closest living creature in the bloodline or the genome to the extinct one, right? Or near extinct. and then they
Yeah.
take that DNA as a baseline, and then they have to go and collect DNA on the extinct creature, which is surprisingly hard for certain things. So you know the Smilodon, the saber-tooth tiger?
Yeah.
Apparently, we don't have sufficient DNA on that thing to even bring it back. None of it exists. And the only reason they were able to find the wolves, that wolf surprisingly existed on our coastlines. And the only reason they were able to find it is 'cause some of them lived in caves. And the caves had kind of washed some of the bones outside the mouth. And they were able to find it that way. And there's like a bone, starts with a P, like the petrel bone, I think they said, where it's like super dense. And so the DNA at the center is a little more safe. So anyways, they take the old DNA and they look at the differences. By the way, they use AI for this. Go figure.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So they look at the old DNA and they look at the differences in the new DNA, and they just take the different parts, and then they put that in the modern DNA. And that's how they get these creations. And there's a lot of argument on whether they're the actual animals that they call it, like that they call it. It's like slightly philosophical because species is really undefined in the scientific community. A lot of people, there's a huge argument as to what you define species as. But yeah,
they made a giant fucking wolf. They made a giant wolf. That's what they did.
They did. They made a giant wolf. The crazy part is how customized you said they could get you with the use of AI. AI makes it so that they can
all that it takes, Doug. All that it takes, Doug, is to find the wrong piece of DNA that belongs to the wrong fucking creature. That's an Eldrakar that used to live on this fucking planet 10,000 years ago, and then it's all fucking over from there. All of a sudden, a fucking creature comes out of the womb with tentacles for its mouth, and all of a sudden, the scientists are being mind controlled and being told to do its bidding. That's all it takes,
What? Oh my god! I might use that. I'm currently running a D&D campaign. I might use something like that for fun at some point. They're really good runaway plot. Oh my lord. The thing is like you hear all this stuff, and a lot of people probably think like you. They're kind of scared of what I'm
not scared, Doug.
Okay,
I just
fine.
don't want to have to I don't want to have to kill the dodo bird all over again, Doug. I will make it my sole mission to kill the dodo bird again. We killed it for a reason. The same reason the direwolves died out. Because they were weak. The Tasmanian tiger couldn't handle our fucking guns. That's why they fucking died. You want to bring it back so that I have to shoot it again? Oh, God, how insensitive.
Again, this company's particular main goal is to bring back... But okay, I'm not even done. This company's crazy. And that guy, I'm telling you, dude, you should probably listen to the Joe Rogan episode. That guy's really smart. He's a really smart guy.
Right.
I don't
I have
mean
ADHD. I'm not patient.
I know that's I every time I refer to somebody who I know is like smart, and I'm like, you really like this? I know their ADHD just can't allow them to watch it.
Yeah.
Which sucks. But this guy is like, he's genuinely one of those people who's not smart in the sense that like he's a scientist. He's not book smart, but he fucking knows exactly how to make money. He knows how to frontier technology at like the perfect cusp of where you could still make money on it and it's pushing things forward.
Yeah.
And his specific set of skills is bringing together like team building. And this company is amazing. Like it's just fucking amazing. I can't glaze it any harder. Guess what? It's all open source. As long as your focus is on conservation,
Kung fu.
Conservation. Then you can actually apply to get access to the technology and use it. So
Okay. Give me the technology.
You have to apply, buddy.
Okay. Guess what I'm gonna make?
What are you gonna make?
Slaves.
Yeah, I don't think it. Again, they have a ban on humans, on using it for humans.
It's fine. I'll just use my DNA. I'll make another me.
You really could. It's really not that hard.
Guess what he's gonna be?
You're a slave.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I need the dishwasher done. That shit needs to be done. Clean out the fucking restroom. Make the bed. Do the laundry. Okay, and then you're gonna be going outside and sweeping the dirt because I don't have anything else for you to do beyond that.
The crazy part is, so like you're joking-ish. However, China and Russia already have access to technology, and obviously China in particular. There's rumor that they are using it to enhance genetically enhance a lot of their civilians, or that's their like major game plan with this. So they're starting with like
Smart.
HIV, diabetes, like curing those using this technology, and also kind of slipping in some genes that help them become more intelligent, right?
Yeah.
That one's already kind of been confirmed.
Yeah.
Russia has also kind of started using this technology. They've actually already had a plan to use this a while ago. They were working on this for a fucking long time during the Cold War. Except their major company now is trying to bring back, like I said earlier, the woolly mammoth, and actually prehistoric plants that can grow in the cold, and they want to use it to populate this Siberia, like that Arctic desert up there. So the technology's here, and each of these countries again is just using it in a particular way, and I think is really interesting. And again, it's fucking AI, man. I can't shut the fuck up about AI. This technology is so crazy.
Yeah, I love how many movies we make about robots and AI taking over the world, and then we proceed to invest a shit ton of money into AI and robots taking over the world. Isn't that great?
Yeah, but most of them get it wrong, you know?
Guess
Mo-
what?
most
Guess
of
what
them
I'm
get it
doing,
wrong.
Doug?
But
Guess what's happening while this is going on? I'm grabbing my shotgun and I'm killing the fucking dodo bird. And then I'm taking out the prehistoric plants and I'm shooting the prehistoric plants with my shotgun. That way we don't have the AI taking over the world. And then I'm going to find the Chinese clone slaves that they be making to fucking kill us. And I'm going to get my shotgun and I'm going to shoot them too. Okay? That's what's going to happen.
I wonder who starts doing mass scale IVF first with enhanced babies. It's got to be China.
China already did it.
It's got to be China.
China already did it.
Yeah.
They found a surrogacy plants over in California where they had like motels filled with pregnant women being used as IVF surrogates.
That's true. It's right. The Chinese super spy program.
That's what they were doing in our country in fucking America.
I totally
Imagine what they're doing in China.
Yeah, dude. The rumors I hear technologically coming from China, and I just get like glimpses of them because they're so tight-lipped about it. I mean, it's like their use of technology on their own people is, I mean, it's dystopian. Like, it's like way past our levels of dystopian future type shit. Like, they're so crazy.
They're so smart.
They're so wild.
They want power. They want control. They have a long way to go. They got to get rid of the Middle East. They got to get rid of Israel, and then they got to get rid of the American colonized system that's surrounding Europe and the Southeast Asia.
We could try. I don't think America's going down without a fight. That's for sure.
Probably not. But once again, China has big plans ahead. But first, they got to get past the Jew. The Jew is in their way.
It's true. God bless. Oh my god, dude! I've been using AI actually to track down some of my family history.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's kind of
fun.
fun.
You said Abram. Abram was the name of your grandfather or something.
Yeah, dude. It's kind of cool. I want to show the reports like, live, but the ability for the AI to go through the archives, and I'm like really old newspapers from 1918, like 1910s and shit. Over 100 years old, it'll go and find those for me, and then be like, "Bro, look, it found it's in a newspaper, and it found a like a little section. I don't know what they were called, and it's got a letter from his brother who served in World War I to him.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, it's just the craziest thing because I'm sitting here and I'm reading words from an ancestor that's over 100 years old. Like, it's so crazy, bro. It's so crazy. And I used AI, some deep research tech for it.
And then, like in like 50 years, everyone will be watching their mom on OnlyFans. It's their great grandmother on OnlyFans.
Sorry, Grandma. We gotta make that money. Your time isn't over just yet.
Re-releasing my grandmother's AI edited remastered videos from OnlyFans.
Well, it's funny. Okay, so not on OnlyFans, but I have been reanimating some of their old photos, and it's funny watching my family's reaction. I'm really like scared to show them it because I'm like, I don't want to offend them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want them to get offended. I know a lot of people get offended over this stuff, but mostly the reactions have been very positive. They're like, oh my god, like this is so incredible. And I've only done some tiny renditions that need a lot of work, to be honest, but it's still really cool for them to watch them get as excited because some of them knew these people, at least in old age, and so to see them kind of like come back alive and to hear their voices again. I haven't completely mastered the bringing back voices, but I mean, it's insane. I'm really happy that they love it, and especially on the just as far back as I can go, bringing them that history. They're just like, oh, this is so incredible. This is why like this name has been passed down, or why this is like this, and but it's cool shit. It's just cool.
I don't know, Doug. We're going kind of a different paths. I'm going the anti-AI physical media real world sector, and you're kind of going with the AI virtual world sector.
Yeah, well, one of them makes money, so one of them is hopefully going to make me a lot. I think
One of us is Jewish.
It's true. This I do have, bro. I have so much Jew blood. It's insane, brother. I have so much.
Oy, Gewalt.
I have blood straight from the Jewish homeland. I mean, it is crazy. But it's not really. It's not just about the money. I think.
Yeah.
Again, I've never really cared much for my family history up until I learned about my great grandfather, who he was like, I don't want to call him famous, but he was known for his time, and his name is on books and movies. Like he actually started in movies, and he did Broadway.
A Jewish
and stuff.
person in the movies.
I know.
Huh.
Weird. But it's still cool to like reconnect or to connect with an ancestor, right? To like hear their words and like see them look like you, and I don't know. It's just I don't know how to describe
in 30
it.
years, we'll be watching our great ancestors flicker gooning on YouTube.
Again, I want to highlight the positives of the technology, but I don't disagree with you that
there really is not a whole lot of positives left. All the positives have left the fucking place.
I just described some positives.
Yeah, from this time period, not 100 years from now, where they're saying these fucking videos where we talk about fucking slavery.
It's you. You're the one who talks about slavery. You can't inject the slop and the bad, then be like, look at this.
Listen,
bad. Like, what?
Listen, your great grandkids are gonna have to talk to their slaves and deal with them and use them as their therapists to deal with these issues that we're talking about.
What is with you and slaves? And you, something's not right here. I'm the Jew and you're the Nazi. Is that what's going on? What an interesting
Doug,
show.
I hate white people. Shut up.
You're a degenerate. So I think there are a lot of benefits to AI if you use it properly. But I don't disagree with you that most of it is dog shit. And it's in the same sense that, like, again, there's a huge benefit to social media. However, it's not really utilized that way. And so therefore most of it's just fucking slop and rotting people's brains. I agree with you mostly, but highlighting the best parts of the technology for me is what I think is important, and being able to literally like track your family history to another country, 100+ years ago, and see them emigrate. Fuck me, dude. I'm slow today.
That's okay.
Is really cool. I think it's pretty cool.
If you want to get an extra clone slave, you can use to help you with some reading and writing.
Send him over. Fuck it.
Okay. Ahmed, get over here.
The freak. Oh my god.
He's one of the older model clone slaves.
The older model, Gen 1.
Gen 1, yeah.
No, man. So they were saying, so that guy, again, if you guys can watch that episode, I highly recommend it. He was also talking about how during COVID, China took that opportunity to gain as much human DNA as possible. So there are like a lot of benefits to that, in the sense that dude, it's so crazy to describe the technology.
Well, the thing is, there's an issue that they've come into now.
Yeah,
because not only have they made a scientific breakthrough, right?
Yeah.
Right? That's what we would call this, a breakthrough. They publicized it. So now the CIA is going to fucking kill him or enslave him.
Well, I think it's just beyond that. Here's what tends to happen between the U.S. and other countries. And this is our history. So you usually have a country who we see as an enemy come out with some scientific advancement, or they do something that surprises us, such as the launching of Sputnik, right? Like that satellite flew over the U.S. Everyone looked up and were like, they started freaking the fuck out, bro. They were like, this is crazy. Like, we're so behind. This other country's way more technologically advanced. Same with the German jet. They look up and they see that shit. And back home, the way the American government is made, it's different than most other governments, where it's kind of hard to for for someone to not be accountable. Someone will always be accountable. So back home, all of a sudden, it's like everyone looks at the government like, dude, what are you going to do about this? And then the money starts flowing like crazy to the tech sectors, right? Because nobody wants to look like the asshole loser because then they stop getting money. And so then the U.S. pours all their money into this, and they become so much more advanced in that area than, the country that like had just did this event. They're, Russians were like, this is great. This is the peak of our advancement. And then the Americans were like, this is terrifying. We must surpass this. I love this guy.
This guy is dead.
No, he's still alive.
He's a dead man walking.
Listen.
He is dead.
Shut up.
They're going to kill him, or they're going to make him do their bidding.
Who's they?
That's a great question, Doug.
Who's
Who
they?
the fuck is they? How many days is there? How many days are going to appear on his doorstep?
Listen. China.
He's gone.
Shut up. China announced their genetic gene editing program a while ago, right? And there was that huge announcement about making a kid more intelligent, right? This guy is the product of that happening. Clearly, the CIA back home and people back home were like, bro, we can't be behind in this technology. And then they fucking unleashed this guy. This guy is sponsored by the CIA. He openly says this. He openly says this. This guy and his company.
Him?
Huh?
The CIA sponsored this dude?
Yes! He openly says this out loud.
He's already enslaved.
Yes! This guy
cool.
guy is the answer to China's genetic Sputnik. China said, look, we can make people more intelligent. The CIA said, yeah, okay, unleash this guy. And this guy...
What is this going to be? Is it going to be Chinese clones versus giant dire wolves? Is that the battle that's going on here?
Wait, that sounds awesome. Wait, maybe that's why we're doing it. Hold on. The real reason is that.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, either way, this guy's company is the answer to that Sputnik, to the Chinese genetic Sputnik, and this is what we got. And again, this happens a lot. Where, to be honest, people think America's always ahead. It's really not. However, when someone does get ahead of us, we tend to freak the fuck out and then throw trillions of dollars at the problem until it goes away, and that's it. And so you have the genetic problem where they got ahead of us, and then this guy was fucking unleashed upon society, and now he's making dire wolves. So, okay. But yeah. So I'm never really too terrified of when another country gets ahead of us, because I kind of like it, because then America and our government is like, holy shit, this is such bad news. Everyone gets super paranoid and they just start throwing money at us, or money at the problem, until it goes away. And America obviously makes the most amount of money. But it's happened quite a few times where a country has faked their progress and it still freaked America out into openly surpassing them, and it's just hilarious.
Oh yeah, this is the new technique. Giant dire wolves over China.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe I should simplify the text more. Paratrooper. Wow.
I wasn't familiar with Grok's image generating game, and they do 2 per 1, and it's a nice little.
Yeah, generate an image.
You pay for this, do you?
Nope, this is free.
Grok 3 beta is free?
Yes.
Wow, that's impressive.
I just made it simpler. Generate an image of a paratrooper wolf.
Oh my god, what if it does a furry type thing? I feel like it's gonna do that. No, I didn't. Oh, I did on the right.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
I was saying. So China collected a lot of DNA during the COVID thing. So here's the thing that you can kind of do with this technology is that, like, you can actually take animal sequence DNA and add it to human DNA. For example, there's an elephant species that is really immune to cancer. They have like 50% lower rates of cancer at ages than they should because of a specific gene that they've been able to identify using AI.
Yeah.
It's very easy to then take that gene and give it to humans. So yeah, genetically enhanced humans could be a nice way to solve a lot of problems. China is very all in on this.
Slaves.
I mean, that's a
Clone
it's a,
slaves. What do you want to say? Clone slaves.
I mean, I don't know.
It's Star Wars. It's just Star Wars, Doug. We're playing with Star Wars here.
Yeah. You heard the thing about Episode 1 of Star Wars? The war starts with tariffs. That's how it started.
Yeah. See? Exactly. Guess what's the next one? The Clone Wars. And the first one is the Phantom Menace. And guess who the Phantom Menace is?
Who is it?
I don't remember. Actually, I have to look it up.
The Phantom Menace, I'm pretty sure, is referring to a Palpatine. I think. Or maybe it's referring to Maul. But
Darth Sidious.
Yeah, which is Palpatine.
Also known as Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah.
And guess who looks like Emperor Palpatine?
Biden?
Joe Biden.
Biden make the return?
Yeah. And Joe Biden actually doesn't get defeated until the 6th movie, so we have some time to go.
Oh yeah, he made a comeback, didn't he?
Yeah.
No, didn't they bring him back to life in the new series, the new 3?
Yeah, but we don't consider that canon.
Okay.
At the Star Wars.
I'm okay.
Yeah,
with that.
we don't. That's not considered canon.
Gotcha.
That's Disney stuff. Got a 51% on Metacritic somehow. People really didn't like it, did they?
I liked it personally. I liked the first 3 movies. At least in terms of the lightsaber battles, I thought they were better than the next 3.
The Clone Wars. Well, you see, the TV series got a 93%, but the movie
People love. Well,
the movie got an 18%.
Clone Wars was made far after.
Yeah.
Movies.
Oh wait. Yeah. So then we have Revenge of the Sith.
This is my favorite Star Wars movie.
80% on Rotten Tomatoes, which isn't bad.
It's my favorite for sure. People didn't like Phantom Menace, which I guess is fair. It's like slower than the other 2, but I think it sets up.
They're coming out with. Perfect. There's a new one. They're remaking it.
Nah, it's just a re-release. They're not remaking it.
Oh.
Yeah, they like.
Hey guys,
they upscale it.
How can we get more money without doing anything?
To be honest, this is a common thing. This is not new. They do this all the time. Where they re-release a movie.
How can we get money without doing anything? Let's see what's going on in /G.
Anytime you pull up Reddit, it's fucking.
This is 4chan.
Sorry, 4chan. The right wing of Reddit versus Reddit. But yeah, it's interesting times, man. AI is fucking crazy, and my favorite part about this is that because China and Russia are working so hard right now to compete with the U.S., it forces the U.S. to finally start innovating again. And we've been bogged down by so much of the monopolies that currently take hold of our markets from the previous tech companies that finally they are just forced to compete. He was saying, the owner or the CEO of that Colossus company, he was saying he had went to the previous administration, the Biden administration, and he said, "Hey, look, we can solve your red wolf problem. We literally can start, just printing these motherfuckers." And they told him that they would need proof that he could clone them. And he was just like, "Just come down. We've already done cloning. Come look." And they refused. They refused to partake.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. I highly recommend watching that episode. I think it's fantastic. That guy speaks really well. He fucking thinks really well. And he has such a firm understanding of the impacts of his company in the future. And I just really enjoyed the grounded focus of what they plan to do, how they plan to keep it, as non-controversial as possible. But yeah, have you ever seen the picture of the woolly mice? The mice with woolly mammoth hair? They went viral for that a while ago. But that was them.
We're torturing Jerry. We're torturing Jerry from Tom and Jerry to do what? To bring back the woolly mammoth? It went extinct for a reason, Doug. I don't know how many times I have to say it. It went extinct for a reason. Let's
Just
leave it that way, as God intended.
Look up the woolly mammoth mice, just so we can show the viewers. Yeah, he explains the process in which they develop these. But this is what woolly mammoth hair would look like.
This dude is suffering.
He is not. Stop. You're so dramatic.
His buddy's got a taper fade. He looks like a fucking balloon.
It's not suffering.
They're suffering, Doug. Look at this. Poor guys.
You know,
this used for stupid shit.
The story of where the lab is too is really interesting. So there's this guy who owns a lot of land in Alaska. He owns the most amount of land in Alaska, and he found a boneyard on his land, and the Smithsonian or some American agency wanted access to it. And he said, "Fine, but you can't take them off my land or whatever. You have to do it here." And they stole it from him. They fucking stole it. So he was like, "Dude, okay, I'm not doing this again. If you guys want to work on it, you have to do it here. You have to build the lab and stuff here." I think they took it off his land and they were supposed to bring it back, and they didn't. And he was like, "This is crazy. You guys just stole from me." So like he's really strict now on making sure that the labs and stuff are built right there on his land. He's like super protective of it. The dude's like he's like that grizzly lumberjack type, you know? You know what I'm talking about?
He's a moron. He should have been like, "Listen, 50 million, cough it."
I mean, I'm sure
they would do it immediately.
I'm sure they pay. No, they wouldn't.
Yeah, they would. They'd pay him. They'd pay him 50 mil. 50 mil, you can have the entire fucking thing. I don't give a shit, right?
I respect him for trying to keep his land out of government hands.
Who gives a shit? They're fucking, it's fucking mammoth bones. They're gonna kill you and take it anyway if you don't.
Well, he's still alive, and he didn't allow them.
We keep forgetting they have weapons. They have weapons. They have millions and billions of dollars of resources.
So does he. He has weapons too.
He's one guy. He's one fucking guy. Stop acting like you're invincible. It's the fucking government. They'll fucking kill you, torture you, and then drag you down a fucking sewer hole. They don't give two shits. Stop pretending like they care about you.
Hey, but they didn't. He won. He literally stopped them from getting in there.
No, he didn't. They already got what they wanted.
I'm amazed that you know everything. It's so cool. I love how you just know everything all the time.
I know that the government will fucking kill me if I have woolly mammoth bones in my fucking legs.
You're so dumb.
You know the reason why they didn't kill him? Because they already got what they fucking wanted. They didn't need to come back.
You're dumb.
Oh, he's still alive and he's out
why
of...
are you... Just get off Reddit before you get us in trouble with your fucking weirdo-ness.
I just click on every image.
Yeah, clearly. Alright, I think that about sums it up for today. So, that was fun.
Seesaw Love. Huh.
We will be ending. This was a good show. Tell us what you think about genetic engineering and biosynthesis.
Hockley Link.